In today's chapter, we will have a look at the use of four verbs that are heissen, machen, wohnen, spielen. And we will combine the use of those verbs into questions. We call them Fragewörter oder w-Fragen. For starters, we need to know about the definition of these four verbs. In order to do that, I'm making use of pictures and definitions. For the verb heissen, I used this ID card because remember, in the ID cards we always have our names written there. So the verb heissen refers to the name, you know. Now the verb wohnen refers to the action or being inside a house, spending your nights there, sleeping, cooking, you know, interacting with your family. I won't give you a translation, a direct translation. I'm kind of explaining the use of the word. The verb spielen. In this case, it is not connected to the action of jumping. It is connected to the whole action in the game. And finally, the verb machen. In this verb, it's like an abstract verb, so maybe you need there the support of translation. So I put here the translation that I found in a dictionary that I used. Notice that if I click on the picture, it's got a link. I click on the link and it takes me to the dictionary with the definitions. As you can see, the verb machen is connected to the action of doing something. Now, we will put into practice these verbs by asking questions. In order to do that, first we have here the conjugation of the verb heissen. If you want to have a closer look at the conjugation, you can check the previous videos. But anyways, notice that I also linked these conjugations to a conjugator. So this website conjugates the verbs. If this is the first time that you are watching this series of videos and this is your first time learning German, this letter that apparently is like a capital B, it is double S. By clicking on the speaker, you can listen to the pronunciation.
Ich heiße.
So this is a little example of conjugations. The important thing here with this example is that I am including names. So, ich heiße Alina, du heißt maybe Clara, sie, the woman, heißt Martina, er, a man, I don't know, heißt Jürgen, the dog heißt Tori. Now we have plurals, Alina und Clara, Martina und Tori, Jürgen und Tori. After that, it is time to focus on the questions, on the Fragewörter or w-Fragen. The w-Fragen in this case are wie, was, woher, and these are the examples. In the first one, we have wie heißt sie. Notice the position of the verb, that it comes after the w-Frage, and pretty important. The personal pronoun comes after the verb, so the verb goes before the personal pronoun, so we change positions. And notice that in these questions we don't have the auxiliary do or an equivalent in German for the auxiliary do. No, in German we don't have auxiliary do or an equivalent. No, just forget about it. We don't need it. Let's read the question and the answers. Wie heißt sie? Sie heißt Martina Tufekovic. Now the second question. Notice that in the second question we don't have the w-Frage. We don't have wie here, we don't have was, no. Notice that here we don't have it. So then again, the verb goes before the personal pronoun. It starts the question. Let's read it. Heißt sie Martina Tufekowicz? Ja, sie heißt Martina Tufekowicz. What's the difference between these two questions? So in number one, with V, we are trying to get new information, like wie heißt sie? I don't know her name, right? So we're trying to get information. Instead, in number two, we want to corroborate that her name is Martina. So, heißt sie Martina? Ja, sie heißt Martina. Now, let's move on to the w-Frage was. With this Fragewort, we get new information. For example, was macht sie beruflich? Was macht sie beruflich? Here we want to know about what she does professionally. The answer is, sie ist Fußballspielerin. Now, notice the second question. It is a question to corroborate. Ist sie Fußballspielerin? Ja, sie spielt Fußball. I also have connected the word spiel with the conjugator. So for you to check the conjugation. Yeah.
Spielt.
Okay. Now, in this next slide, we will continue practicing the use of wie, was, and we will include the use of woher. So then again, wie heißt sie? Sie heißt Jana Feldkamp. Wie alt ist sie? Sie ist 25 Jahre alt. Then again, in the first question, we're just asking about the name. But in the second one, we want to know her age. So that combination, those two words, wie alt, are used to ask about the age. So, wie alt ist sie? Notice that the verb goes before the personal pronoun. Now, was macht sie beruflich? Sie ist Fußballspielerin. Now, the use of woher. Woher kommt sie? Sie kommt aus Dinslaken. The combination of woher with the verb kommen indicates that we want to know her origin, you know, the city in which she was born. In this case, it is Dinslaken. Sie kommt aus Dinslaken. Notice that so far we have used 3 Fragewörter. Wie, was, woher. But we have more. In this case, we will have a look at the Fragewörter wohin and wo. And as you notice here, we have a pretty short text. And if you are an absolute beginner in German, you will find a challenge trying to understand this. But yeah, when you are learning a language, it is important that as you progress or as you learn, you see little things that are new and a bit complex, but not that complex, to receive a challenge, right? So that's the intention. If you don't get, for example, the use of the verb fährt, mit dem Zug, what's that? You can check the previous video in which we talk about the use of those verbs. For the sake of understanding the use of the Fragewort wohin, well, we got this information. So, wenn Jana Urlaub macht, so when she is on vacation, fährt sie mit dem Zug nach Dinslaken. As we have seen, we are focusing on the destination. So, when we want to know a destination or the direction you are moving to, we use the Fragewort wohin. In this case, the question is, wohin fährt sie im Urlaub? Sie fährt nach Dinslaken. Something to remark here is the use of this. Wo fährt sie in Urlaub hin? So notice that we split the word wohin into 2 words. This use is the use that we listened on the streets. So yeah, both uses are correct, but this is on the streets. Wo. This Fragewort is not for the direction. We are talking about, you know, a specific place. So with this Fragewort, we are not trying to get information of the place you are moving to, you know, the location you are moving to. We just want to know information about specific place. So this is not connected to movement. Wo wohnt sie? Sie wohnt in Hoffenheim. So remember the definition of the word wohnen. That you are there in the house, relaxing, sleeping, cooking, sharing. Because she plays for Hoffenheim, she wohnt in Hoffenheim. But on vacation, she fährt nach Dienstlaken. In order to close this part, as you can see, I connected the 5 Fragewörter with the hand. And notice that for this finger, we are using the Fragewort WIE. Why? Because remember that we use WIE to ask about the name. Wie heißt du? Oder wie heißt du? Ich heiße Alina. Or in this slide, we have the question, wie geht's dir? So we are asking about your day, how things are going. So, wie geht's dir? Mir geht's good. So notice that here we can have the Fragewort WIE. Now in the middle, notice that I included the 3 wo Fragewörter. So wo, wohin, woher. Notice that after WIE we have wo, and wo we use it for specific places. Maybe you point on a map where you were born. And after that comes wohin, because it indicates movement, advancing towards a direction. And woher, it indicates your origin, the place you were born. So wohin, woher. Woher comes to. And finally, we have the word was. It's like, thinking. I need new information. So normally we think like this, but like, you know. So was. Was machst du beruflich? So yeah, you can remember those 5 Fragewörter by remembering them in your fingers. Wie, wo, wohin, woher, was. In this way we can close the video. I hope you have enjoyed and you have learned these new words and the use of those new verbs. Of course, subscribe to the channel by activating all notifications and click on the dark bell so you can have all notifications. Give us a like, VB, share this video with your community, and of course, see you in the next video.